Welcome back. Jennifer here. Today we are cracking the code on how to make a communication aid, which can help your loved one communicate if they're no longer able to speak. Okay, so this video is going to look a little bit different than my other ones because I want to show you all how to make a communication aid. And most of the work for a communication aid, especially low-tech communication aids made with paper, are done best using a computer. So if you didn't watch my last video where I talked about the two major types of aphasias and went into what they sounded like, some of their symptoms, be sure to give it a watch up above. But today, let's just dive right in and look at the different things that we can do to help your loved one communicate. The first thing I want to show you guys, though, before we get started with the communication aids, is this aphasia identification card. And this really is important to put in your loved one's wallet in case they find themselves without you or somebody that they know to help them communicate out in the community. So it's really easy to use. You simply pick which version. You have English, Spanish, and Norwegian, so shout out to you guys. You fill in your name, address, things like that. They'll show up over here on this little card. And then you can check the boxes that apply to your loved one down here. And you just pick the ones that pertain specifically to your loved one's needs. Once you're finished, you can simply hit print it out, cut it, fold it in half, and stick it in their wallet. Now, if we're talking about low-tech communication devices, there are kind of two different avenues that you can take. You can print off and find communication boards, or you can get a little bit more savvy and create a communication notebook. I want to show you guys two websites that I really like if you're just kind of looking for a board that can at least help you get started if your loved one comes home and you have no idea what they need or what they want. These are really quick and easy. The first website is called the Patient Provider Communication website, and by the way, I will attach all of these links in the description section below. And this is where you could come and just print off really simple communication boards. Here's one for just self-cares and things that they may need in the bathroom, their clothes, things like that. You've got breakfast choices, desserts. So these are just real quick, simple, print them out, you have them available. Another website that you can do that on is called Amy Speech and Language Therapy. Scroll down under communication boards. She has some for kind of a little bit more specific to hospital stays, but they may also work at home, things that they may need. And then she has a few other ones. Alphabet boards, ABC boards can be really handy if your loved one is able to spell. You can just print out an ABC board and then they can just spell words by touching the letter on the sheet. So those can be really helpful. And then she also has this fill-in booklet, and I like to use this fill-in booklet as kind of a template for when I design communication books for my residents and my patients that I work with. So it kind of gives you a list of topics, things that you want to make sure you include in a communication book. These are going to be things that they may more than likely are going to want to request or make known to you. So you can kind of scroll through here, emotions, different things, just a really good template of things that you might not want to forget to include in a book, pain scale, things like that. Now, to create a communication book, I suggest going to a website called SendTeacher. This is a free website that you can go to and create communication pages that look like this that you can then start putting together to form an entire book. So you see here, when you come to this website, it starts you off with some drinks, and it has it on page 1 and page 2. It's really easy to add pictures and take pictures away. So let's say, for instance, your loved one doesn't like champagne, so we want to delete this card. Not a problem at all, but maybe they like wine, so we can add that instead. So you come over here and you click Add Card. You can do a free photo search, and I do like this website because you also have the availability to add your own pictures. So if you have pictures specific to things that your loved one knows or understands, then you can download them to your computer and just upload them to here and use them as the pictures. So if we were going to type in wine, and as it searches, you pick the picture that looks the best to you. We'll do this one. You want to label it. Hit save, and voila, there it is. It's that simple. You can also go up here and choose the size, right up here in this blue tab, the size that you want the pictures to be. If your loved one has poor vision, you may want to make the pictures to where there's only 2 on a page. Or if they get too boggled down with having a bunch of pictures to choose from, you can change how many are on a page. You can do large with the 6. This is probably one of my favorite ones between the large and the medium, where you can get 12 per page. So when you're making a communication book like this, I would be sure to make each page specific to either, here for drinks or for food or for needs that they may have in their bedroom, needs that they may have in the living room. So maybe the TV and the remote and a blanket, a chair, things like that, so that they're not having to fumble through and find a whole bunch of pictures mixed up. Remember, we're doing this so that they can communicate with us. So if it takes them a long time to find all the pictures, they're going to get frustrated and they're not going to use it. So the easier that this is to set up and the more specific it is for them, the more that they'll use it and the more enjoyment that you'll get in figuring out what they want or what they need. So that's Send Teacher. Now, if we go here, I also want to talk, dry erase marker boards, if they're able to write and can communicate with you that way, not a problem at all either. You can use those. So let's talk now about high-tech communication devices. So these differ from low-tech because they're usually, because they're on a tablet. They're more than just paper. So high-tech devices have come a long way because most everybody nowadays has one of these. They have a tablet, and they're pretty inexpensive if you don't have one. I think this one cost me about $150, so they're relatively inexpensive. But what you can do is go to one of these apps and download these apps onto the device that then can speak as a picture system that can speak for the patient, can speak for your loved one. So the first one I want to show you all is called Touch Chat, and this is a specific app for Apple devices. So if you have a Samsung like me, this won't work, but if you use Apple, this will work, and you can download it to the tablet and use it. There's also one called Talk Tablet Pro, and this one will work for Android devices. It also works for Apple. So the Touch Chat is $150 to download to your device, whereas the Talk Tablet is only, I think it's $79.99 to use, so quite a bit cheaper, and it has a lot of good options on here. Both of these are very customizable. You can add, take pictures away. These are really, really neat and things that can help your loved one communicate. Now, I also have a few on here that I can show you. These are both ones that I've downloaded. One is called the Speech Assistant, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very good with the lighting that I have, but you can click on an option and they're going to have to be able to read to use this type of device, but it is an option if they are able to read, and you can just select, you can add things to it and select different categories, things like that. So this kind of works like the low-tech communication device where they just point to the picture, but this is just words, but it will talk for them. So a little bit more advanced. Another one is called I Can Communicate, a little bit more of the same thing. Again, very customizable. You can go in, add things, take things away. So pretty easy to figure out how to use. Now, the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is an actual AAC device. And these usually cost quite a bit of money. But if you get set up with the right speech therapist or somebody that can get you paired with somebody that can put together the evaluation and get things rolling, sometimes, depending on the severity of the aphasia and things like that, there's a lot of things that have to go into this, but insurance may sometimes cover these type of devices. So this one here is the Tobii Dynavox website, and they make different type of tablets. They look like this, so quite similar to just a tablet like I just was showing you all, but they're a lot more comprehensive. There's a lot more things that you can put on these, and they're amazing communicators. So it is as though you're allowing your loved one to communicate, and they can communicate in full sentences. So it's just a little bit better than just pointing to certain pictures. It can allow a lot more robust communication. So there's the Tobii Dynavox website, and also the Printogrammik website, and they're just different manufacturers. They're doing the same thing, but they just have different devices like this that you can look into that can help your loved one communicate. So there you have it. So I hope that this video has helped you all figure out how to make a communication aid or purchase a communication aid so that your loved one is able to communicate. This, of course, is really, really important. Not being able to say what you want or say what you need can be extremely frustrating, and we really should allow our loved one to talk and communicate and know what they want. Thank you all for watching. Please stay tuned for my next video, and we will see you all later. Thank you.